Mr. Porky Pork Scratchings. Doesn't sound like... Sounds like you're taking a risk just eating something called Mr. Porky Pork Scratchings.
A pig? You dirty pig!
I mean, they are dirty pigs after all. We saw one roll down the hill when it was drunk.
Whoa, ho, ho. Shit the bed on my ho. Come here, girl.
That is some wacky shit. Tess later confirmed she had contracted salmonella. Go away, Spanky. It's enough money. Although the vomiting eventually subsided, Rwanda continued to suffer from diarrhea and abnormal bowel function for almost a year after being discharged from the hospital. A year of diarrhea. Oh! The last couple of years, I've ended up winning. Wait, what? The NFL season's not over? There's a Super Bowl to be played still? Yeah, it's over as far as I'm concerned. Fuck y'all. It's done. It's over. It's over. It's done. It's done. Hey, NFL. Fuck you. Wait a minute. Trust me, I'd be making that. I'd be dropping F-bombs. Motherfucking shit, fucking shit. I wouldn't be going. Well, maybe we will have the R-rated story. Virgin on virgin sex is probably the worst sex a human being can experience. Probably for both parties. You don't know what you're doing. They don't know what they're doing. The drapes match the carpet. Get me to blow on your marbles. Oh, that sounds disgusting. What a freaking mess. That is some wacky shit. It's like something that a young woman would do when she hooks a old man. Like, she wants to turn him into a young person. Look at how cute he is. We sit on the couch and we post pictures on Instagram. My wife, his lack of presence.
Racist piece of shit.
He's not.
You racist piece of shit.
He's not one of these.
You racist piece of shit.
Oh! Why didn't I meet you earlier? Because it would have been against the law 4 years earlier. Remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots? That shit was cool. You have fights and everything, and then when you pop them in the face, the head pops off. It was awesome. Evel Knievel, I had that. Those were the best toys ever. Back in the 70s. I'm telling you right now. Like, fuck you, you dick. Don't ask him about his team. That is some wacky shit. What's going on in the football game? Have I won my fantasy yet? I haven't. This guy hasn't scored me a point. The hell's up with that? Throw it to Hawkinson, you fuck. Wait a minute. Said the bad word. See, I just say it. I don't even know I'm saying it, Darren. It just comes out. It is what it is. This is a show where I can say the F word. But I've never been self-conscious until now. But yeah, I will say the F word. And I have, every drop I have has the F word in it.
What did you say? What the fuck did you just say?
I said the F word! What? You got a problem with it? It's not gratuitous. It's just part of my language. That is some wacky shit. Oh, I do have a lot of anger. It fuels me. I'm not going to lie. I run on bitter anger fuel. I get angry at everything. Weird news stories. Man kills rabid bobcat. Man kills rabid bobcat with bare hands. After being attacked, it was me or him. Big brown eyes and golden hair. I used to have golden hair. I used to have nice, luscious, golden blonde hair. Wait a minute! Eager to please. That's why I hate dogs right there. That is the reason I hate dogs. Eager to please. They are such brown nosers. I can't stand, oh, I love you. God, God, they're freaking. That is some wacky shit. What is up? It's Monday. Why am I so small? That's what she said. I'm gonna. What was that? What was that one? Hold on. This is not a planned bit, obviously. I've got to look for it. Apache Chief. Apache on the Super Friends. What? Inachuk. He said some word and it made him grow. Let me try this. Wait, that's 22 minutes long. I just want the word. I don't need the setup. Let's see. Nope, that's fire safety. Apache Chief telling me about fire safety. Let me see if he does it here. Hold on. Not planned, obviously. Happy Monday, everyone. There it is. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I gotta. This takes multiple things here. All right, here we go. Neck chop. Woo! I got bigger. I'm like Apache Chief. If you want to see it, if you don't know what the Super Friends is, I'll let you see what I just did. Neck chalk. Says he neck chalk and he gets big. There you go. He neck chalk. Whoa. Where am I going? Anyway. This is the I need a title for this. The I Don't Give a Fuck Monday show. Is that what it is? I don't give a wait, what did I call it? Hold on. Once again, not planned. The I Don't Give a Crap Monday. There it is. Okay. I Don't Give a Crap Monday show. I need, you know what? I can change this title to caps. I don't give a crap spelled crap PH. That's not right. Monday show. There we go. The I Don't Give a Crap Monday show. You're like, why am I here? Why am I here? I could be watching something else. I must be a total loser to be watching this moron do this stupid shit. Once again, I didn't plan any of this. The I Don't Give a Crap Monday show. I like that. Might be the new thing. I do have weird news, guys. This is a regular show. It's not going to be just me spanking it for 60 minutes. People are fat banking for future plastic surgery, but it's risky. Nothing's ever not risky. It's always risky. People are fat banking. Fat. By the way, Lauren, if you're lurking, don't say you're here. You don't have to. But I watched over an hour and a half of Mr. Peanut playing League of Legends. League of Legends. There's my new confetti horn. Mr. Peanut. Burnt Peanut does that. So I stole it. I like that. Burnt Peanut played League of Legends. So check this out. Nobody cares. I already know this. But since it's my show and I care, you can leave. You can go, hey, fuck you. I'm not listening to you talk about burnt peanut playing League of Legends. There'd be one person in the audience. It'd be Lauren, if he's even here. I don't even know. Hold on. I got to lock that down. I got to get rid of that. That's really, I need to fix that. That needs to be better. Anyway, he's playing League of Legends. Little did I know that Mr. Beast was on the channel. And if you don't know who Mr. Beast is, get a life. You've got to know who Mr. Beast is. I mean, come on. Even if you've even heard of him. So, apparently this match I'm watching was for $1 million to the winners. And it was televised on the Beast channel and all that other stuff. And unfortunately, Burnt Peanut kind of lost it for them because he'd never played League of Legends before. $1 million. And Mr. Beast at the end of the tournament goes, yep, well, sorry about that. And he left. And they didn't get $1 million. I did not know they were playing for $1 million. That would have sucked. I'm glad I didn't lose $1 million. Who's Mr. Beast? My junk? Yes, that exactly, Darren. That's who it is. If you don't know who Mr. Beast is, that's why you're the pores. That's why you're all pores. And you're like, wait a minute. You know who he is and you're poor. Well, now I'm poor, but doesn't mean I'm going to always be poor because I know who Mr. Beast is. And I just found out recently. So there you go. Within the last 2 or 3 years. So I'm working on it. Stock market was just flat today. Killed it on Friday, but it's flat today. What's up, Dino in Vegas?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Dino in Vegas, who's going to be in Portland for our clone get-together June 5th, Friday, June 5th. Amber and Wells acted like they're going to be there. I don't know if they're just like, oh, yeah, I'll be in, and they don't show up. I don't know. But they said they're going to be there. Another weird news story. We'll see how far we get. New York Post. I survived. Here's a drop. I'm going to be hearing myself say this in the future over and over and over and over again. So do I just not say it? Or do I just say it and realize I'm going to have it fed back to me over and over and over and over and over again? Signed, I have herpes. New York Post. I survived 2 botched boob jobs. Here's why I have no regrets. No regrets. By the way, Eric, thank you. Are you in the chat, Eric? Yes. Good job.
Welcome to the party,
Eric, I keep seeing this Hawaiian dude that I originally saw you throwing the rock at the thing at the Monk Seal. And now he's everywhere. I can't not see this guy. Apparently he's even on the New York Post. Hawaiian hailed as hero for beating entitled tourist caught hurling rock at beloved seal in viral video. Yeah, he got his ass beat. That's one of those where you fucked around and found out. What a douchebag. Fucking seal just swimming along and he takes a big old boulder and flings it at it. Asshole. Asshole!
Are you fucking with me?
That's what the seal said to that guy.
Are you fucking with me?
And then he got his ass beat. The locals don't like tourists, first of all. I mean, they just don't like tourists. Howlies. They don't like them. If you're just doing nothing, they don't like you. If you do that shit, they're going to beat your ass. You got his ass beat, and someone recorded it. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm not even doing that story. It just happens to be in my my suggested videos after. It's in the same suggestion as I survived 2 botched boob jobs. Here's why I have no regrets. It's a New York Post day. I went there and I'm like, oh, that looks good, and then I'm like, call it. I'm done. I don't even have to go into the folder. This is all shit posted today. We're gonna talk about this just because I want to talk about it. It's not really interesting, other than I just want to talk about it. Know your rights and know what rights you don't have. This is in Britain, but it applies here. A crook. I don't get why they're calling him a crook. I have to read the story. Crook with smart glasses. This is those glasses where you can film, like turn them on, you're recording shit. Crook with smart glasses extorts victim after filming without her consent, and there's nothing she can do about it. This is true. If you are out in public, I've talked about this before. If you're out in public and someone films you because someone asked me, I was filming something, and they're like, did you get everyone's permission? And I said, no, because I don't have to. The law says if you are in public and you get filmed, too bad, so sad. Now, if you're in you're at a gym, there are places you are protected. Like if you're at the gym, you're in the bathroom, a public bathroom, but it's public bathroom, and someone goes in there and films you, yes, that is against the law. You can sue the shit out of them. And they would also face probably a misdemeanor. I don't think that's a felony. Unless they're underage. Then you are looking at a felony, fucker. But if they're adults, you're looking at probably a misdemeanor, invasion of privacy. Anyway. So I'm just going to talk about it just because, people gotta understand if you're out in public. I mean, there's cameras everywhere. Oh, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it now because it all pertains to this whole thing. So I'm in Walmart. And you're like, what?
It's a complete crap.
I was in Walmart today.
Fucking thing sucks.
I'll never go to Hawaii. I love Hawaii. I love Hawaii. You don't get messed with by the locals if you stay in the touristy areas. They don't want you messing around in the private residential areas and their secret beaches and shit like that. So I'm in Walmart today and I had to get some medication, and it's cheap. It's cheap there. I had to get some Zantac for acid reflux, and I was running low, so I'm like, I'm going to pop in here, right? So I get my shit, go up to the register, and I'm standing in line. Of course, they're all self-check except for one checker, and I just didn't feel like checking my own groceries. So I'm looking at my phone while I'm waiting for this long line to go, checking my stocks, making some trades, and I'm looking up. Now, this Walmart's it's being remodeled, but it's on the back end of a remodel. It's almost done. And they've got these new massive TVs in each check stand line. They're huge. Huge. And I'm looking up at the TV, and it's filming the line. I'm like, I don't fucking care. There's cameras everywhere. Who gives a fuck? Until as I'm looking at it, it puts a little green box around my head. And then I look down, the box goes away, I look up, and then it puts a little green box around my head. I'm 99% sure, and I'm not going to say 100% sure because I don't want them to sue me, but I'm 99% sure that they are now using facial recognition. And as I'm a little pissed at this point. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Facial recognition, me buying some fucking medication. So they also have remodeled, and they put the little price tags on the item, on the shelf that tells you what the price is. Now they're the changeable ones. So they can literally press a button and change the price of the item. And I'm already figuring out where this is going to go. They're going to start facial recognitioning people and figuring out how much you make because it's all on the internet. or what you spend in there. They're like, oh, this guy came in last time and he bought some Zantac for his heartburn or whatever. So they're going to watch you go around the store, and as you walk up the aisle, the prices are going to change, and you're going to grab something, and then it changes back. And then when you go up to the register, they're going to know it's you, and then they're going to charge the price that they showed you when you picked the item up, and they're going to fucking start charging people depending on what their socials class is. And you're like, oh, come on. Big conspiracy theory. Come on. They're not going to do that. They're not. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'm telling you right now. I'd send myself in and then my wife in later, but they're gonna go facial recognition. Oh, she's married to that other guy, so make sure she pays the same price. I'm gonna have to find some person that isn't tied to me and send them in there after me and see what they pay. Find a bum that doesn't have any money. And then see if they're like, oh, this person's poor. Do not mark the prices up. This guy cannot afford it. In fact, isn't that Irate Craig? Didn't we catch him shoplifting? Doesn't he always bring back a big bag of cans for the redemption? Let's check up on the chat. I have not been doing a good job of checking on the chat. In fairness, you guys, the show is becoming the show where it just moves fast. Is this the haunted horse is this the horse crap show? Oh, by the way, you don't have to send me the horse farting video. It's been sent to me several times. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Hedstrom. I forgot who else sent it to me. Hedstrom, Ryan. Who else? There's another one. Anyway, I've seen it. Thank you very much. And if you want it to be, you know what the fuck? Some of you might go, what? I haven't seen it. I don't know who has not seen this, unless you just woke up today from sleeping in extra late, and you're like, what? What's going on? Because I've seen this on my feed. I've seen this in my DMs. But I will show it to you. We'll make this video today. How's that?
It's time for Haunted Horses Video of the Day.
All right, so what do we got here? We got a horse laying down. She's like doing some like masseusing on it. Oh, it wakes up. It gets up. Okay. Something's going on. What?
Holy crap. Holy crap.
And you're like, wait, what? What did I just see? You saw this.
Holy crap.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All of you that sent that to me, and I'm not saying don't send stuff to me. I like it because who knows? Maybe no one sent it to me. Maybe I don't want everyone to go, oh, I'm sure 100 people sent it to them, so I'm not going to send it. Then you all think that, and then nobody will send it to me. So don't assume other people are going to send it to me. I appreciate it. So there you go, the farting horse. And by the way, that wasn't a horse crap show. That was a horse gas show. Jim is in.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Jim in Coachella is here. Darren was up. Darren with an E, Darren with an I. I got the 2 Ds. And the Dino's here. Why does everyone in my audience name start with a D? Double Ds. Triple Ds. Is there such thing as a triple D? Bra size? Or does it just go to the next letter? E. Does it go from double D to E and then double E? We had a woman on the show, a story that we did. She had double H's. And I said they were for Haunted Horse, but they were just big. huge. Huge, huge. Huge. There's a rat. Give him some confetti. The confetti rat. All right. Enough of my shit. New York Post. People are fat banking for future plastic surgery, but it's risky. Of course it is. Everything's risky. Mother's Day was risky. Oh, by the way, to all the mothers out there, all you mothers, happy Mother's Day. So, speaking of Darren with me, I talked to my mom on the phone yesterday for Mother's Day, and we had about a 20-minute conversation, just catching up. She just got back from a trip to Kentucky to see some friends and family, and we're reminiscing about that. I dropped 2 F-bombs, not on purpose, on accident. She doesn't like the F word. She didn't say anything. I said, oh, I apologize, and I said it again. So, you know what? It just happens. It happens to us all. Cosmetic surgeons are increasingly... What the fuck is going on here? Speaking of the F word. Wait, wrong screen. Is this a Jeffrey Dahmer picture? Like, oh, there's the ribeye steak, and then there's the porterhouse, and what's going on here? This is Jeffrey Dahmer's house. Cosmetic surgeons are increasingly fielding requests for fat banking. With patients planning for the future with a literal pound of flesh. Whoop, I'm in the wrong screen. Quote, fat banking is the process of removing a patient's own fat, typically through liposuction, and then freezing and storing it for potential use in future cosmetic procedures. Sucking your fat and freezing it? It's gross. That's gross. Dr. Claudia Kim, board-certified cosmetic surgeon and chief medical officer of New Look, New Life, told the Post. Samuel L. Jackson. Mother F. Or this guy.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That's Gail's favorite GIF. Right there. Let's see. According to Kim, fat banking appeals to patients who want to avoid additional harvesting when planning ahead for touch-ups and other cosmetic surgeries. But she warns it's not without risks. You're going to save your fat in the freezer. There's risks associated with it. Unless you're Jeffrey Dahmer and you're just saving it for, you know, tomorrow's dinner. That was weird. Why is it the dotted line, too? Why is that a dotted line? Why isn't it a straight line? Why is it dotted? It reminds me of one of those things where it's the mark where you use the scissors. Why not just do a straight line? Why is it dotted? Is it some dot to dot? Fat banking appeals to patients who want to avoid... I just read that. Why is it in here twice? Typically, that was my bad. It wasn't in there twice. I just read it twice. It's on me. New York Post. It's all good. That was me. Because I'm not a smart man.
I'm not a smart man.
I'm full of shit.
He's full of shit.
This guy's stupid.
This guy is fucking stupid.
Typically, patients build up their fat banks. Whoop. Wrong button. With fat harvested from the abdomen, flanks, thighs, or hips. These are, quote, don't want someone not to get their quote. These are the same donor areas we use in traditional fat transfer procedures because they tend to provide sufficient volume and are relatively accessible, said Kim. That stored fat can then be applied to any area where volume loss is common or contouring is desired, like the cheeks, temples, and under eye areas, or the breasts and butt.
Fat.
You're going to have fat put on your butt? And, I mean, I get the boob job. You're going to add fat to your butt? Who doesn't have enough fat in their butt?
Fat. Fat.
My butt is big. I have a big butt.
Fat. Fat.
I get that from my mom's side of the family.
Fat. Fat. Fat.
Fat ass.
Fat.
Quote, patients are told that by harvesting fat once, they can avoid additional liposuction procedures in the future and have a ready supply of their own fat tissue available. By the way, I'm adding extra fats. There was no fat there, but I'm just adding them. It was actually supply their own tissue available whenever, but I thought it was better if I said supply their own fat tissue available whenever they want to enhance or maintain results, Kim explained. Many are drawn to the idea of using their own fat. I didn't add that one. That was there.
Fat.
Rather than synthetic fillers or implants to achieve their cosmetic goals, she added, quote, it feels more natural to many patients, and that's a valid consideration, unquote.
Fat. Fat.
First of all, any fat transfer, I did not add that one.
Fat.
That's a genuine article, fat, which involves harvesting a patient's own fat.
Fat.
Theirs, not mine. Purifying it and re-injecting it into target areas to add volume has inherent risks.
Fat. Fat.
A fat transplant. Quote, these can include fat necrosis.
Fat.
Wait, what?
Fat. Fat.
We go to our British correspondent out in the field. She knows everything. She knows everything about everything.
Hello, Haunted Horse.
Hey, I got a question here. I'm reading an article. I'm doing my live show. As you know, I always do my show 5 to 6. So tuck that away. Know if I'm talking to you between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific time, I am doing a live show. So I am doing a story, and they're talking about patients. This is in New York Post. They're talking about patients that save their fat for future cosmetic procedures. But they said there's a risk called fat necrosis. What the hell is fat necrosis? What the hell is fat necrosis, British lady? What is that? Dead fat.
Well, Haunted Horse, let's dive into your question. So fat necrosis is basically the death of fat cells. It happens when fat tissue loses its blood supply due to some kind of injury or trauma, like from surgery or a cosmetic procedure. Essentially, the fat cells get damaged and start to break down, which can lead to little lumps under the skin. It sounds a bit dramatic, but it's generally harmless, and the body often resolves it on its own over time, which technically wouldn't go itself.
All right, thank you. Stand by. I'm going to do my show, but I might need you later.
Absolutely. Feel free to jump back in anytime. I'll be right here when you need me.
All right. These can include fat necrosis, what she said, the death of fat cells that can cause hard lumps, oils. See, I just need to read. I didn't even have to ask her. I'm so stupid.
I'm not a smart man.
The death of fat cells that can cause hard lumps, oil cysts. Oh! Tell me there's something grosser, and you can't, than the two words oil cysts. What is that? It's an oil cyst. Ah! Oil cysts? Oil cysts. Calcifications, contour irregularities, infection, or the need for revisionist procedures, Kim said. Hey, I'm not going to lie. If someone's going to suck my fat for a future procedure, it's going to be her. That's who I want doing my plastic surgery. Right there. The fat sucker. Baki's here.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Hey, Baki, tell me that I see you posting to all the hot chicks on Twitter, who half of them are bots. Just FYI. Sorry to ruin your fantasy. Half of them are AI bots. But tell me that you wouldn't be posting to her on Twitter. I'm telling you. I'll tell you what, if I have an oil cyst, I don't want her knowing about it. Honestly. I really don't. But the cryopreservation process required to store banked fat introduces more variables. Quote, fat is a living tissue, and when it's frozen and stored, its viability can be affected by multiple factors, including how it's processed, how it's stored, and how long it remains frozen, Kim explained. These factors can have a direct bearing on cosmetic results. Quote, patients may not get the volume retention they expected, or they might need additional treatments to achieve their desired outcome, she emphasized, noting that in extreme cases, frozen fat can lead to uneven results or an insufficient amount of viable material. Blundered blubber, if you will. But at least traditional fat transfer, while not perfect, has a, quote, much longer clinical track record and stronger evidence base. So if they transfer the fat, like they take the fat immediately from there and put it over here, it's going to work better than if you take the fat, you freeze it for a while, and then you unfreeze it and then put it somewhere else. It's better to just do it all in one shot. Where'd I leave off? Quote, we have a much clearer understanding of how that tissue is likely to behave, she said. Fat banking is still developing, and that distinction matters when it comes to setting realistic expectations. In addition to banking their own fat, many cosmetic enthusiasts are turning to injectable fillers made from the donated fat of the dead. In addition to banking their own fat, many cosmetic enthusiasts are turning to injectable fillers made from the donated fat of the dead to lift, plump, and sculpt their bodies. Says the guy with the dead people's bone in his jaw. Yes, they used ground up dead people's bones to thicken my jaw so I can get a dental implant in the future. So I have dead people in my mouth. If you didn't see those episodes, 3-4 years ago? I have dead people in my mouth. But apparently, in addition to banking their own fat, many cosmetic enthusiasts are turning to injectable fillers made from the donated fat of the dead to lift, plump, and sculpt their bodies. That is freaking gross. That is gross. Ugh. Dead fat. Dead people's fat. And you're going to inject it in your lips and your eyelashes or your eyelids. This, oh gosh, they're still talking about it. This donated cadaver fat, also known as donor-derived fat, only became widely available in the U.S. last year. I wonder why. That's gross. This donated cadaver fat, also known as donor-derived fat, only became widely available in the U.S. last year. As with fat banking, Kim applies careful consideration to donated cadaver fat. If you would have told me that Americans didn't have enough fat and we would have to look to get extra fat from dead people, I would have said, you're out of your mind. We're not fat enough as it is. We have to get dead people's fat and shove it in our bodies.
Fat. Fat.
Quote, donor-derived fat
Fat.
products are fundamentally different from using your own fat,
Fat.
she said. These products are processed and do not function as living fat cells
Fat.
in the same way that your own fat tissue does.
Fat.
Before it's injected, the donor fat
Fat.
undergoes a multi-step cleansing, sterilization, and purification process that removes cellular debris, DNA, and other components that could trigger an adverse immune response.
Fat. Fat.
Kim explains that while donor fat
Fat.
can provide structure and or temporary volume, it does not offer the same level of long-term integration as fat
Fat.
taken from a patient's own body. They should be used, this is a quote, they should be used thoughtfully and on a case-by-case basis rather than as a direct substitute for the patient's own fat.
Fat.
She explained, unquote. Quote, I use donor-derived fat. Wait, my button didn't work. He's burned out.
Fat.
I broke the fat button. I use donor-derived fat
Fat.
selectively, particularly when a patient does not have enough of their own fat
Fat.
available or when a small amount of volume is needed and we want to avoid a separate harvesting of their fat.
Fat.
I added that fat. That's the first fat I've added in a while. I haven't added the fat word for about 5 paragraphs, but I added it there. Kim underscored that while fat banking
Fat.
certainly has appeal, it's an evolving practice with limited data to support its efficiency. Quote, fat banking
Fat.
may become more established as research continues, but at this point, patients should approach it with clear understanding that it's still an emerging area, she said, emphasizing that in the realm of aesthetics, newer is not always better. Quote, the goal should always be to choose the approach that offers the most predictable and well-supported outcome.
Fat.
Holy crap, that took a turn. I mean, it's one thing to harvest your own fat
Fat.
for a procedure in your own body, but to take dead people's fat
Fat.
and stick it in your body? Gross. All right, what do we got? Armin's here. Hey, what is up, Armadillo?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Is it Armadillo or Armadillo? Armadillo in Texas. Armadillo. Holy shit, you guys. I can't keep up with this shit. That's why I need a co-host. Co-host should be scanning the chat while I'm reading and then regurgitating the good comments when I'm done. Like, so-and-so said this and so-and-so said this. You can't smoke weed in the house anymore. Divorced. I need that weed gif that I pulled. I do have the weed back. See, I can do this quick. Weed, weed, weed. There you go, potheads. Enjoy. She just tuned me out. Apparently, British lady doesn't like weed. Weed, weed, weed. What else? It does make sense. Wait, this is Darren. I want to scan this before I read it. Okay, it does make sense as the body probably won't reject its own fat.
Fat.
But hell no. And he spelled butt with 2 T's. Oh, by the way, I can do this now. Let's see where. See, I can point to what I'm reading. Right here. Wait a minute. That's the wrong button. There's the right one. Right here. This one. Let's see. I wonder if they'll do muscle transplants. Then my wiener can have a bicep. J. 2:27 a.m. Eating ice cream. I'm doing my fat right now.
Fat. Fat.
Oh, God. If I ate ice cream at 2:27 a.m., I would have the worst acid reflux in the history of the planet and probably end up in the emergency room. I'm not reading that racist shit,
You
Eric,
racist piece of shit.
although it just went across the screen. Oil Cyst, new punk rock band. Oh, that's a disgusting. Is this the Hot Horse Medical Minute? Fat donor, what an idea. Jeff in Richmond will make a fortune. That was good. Leo thought that was hilarious. Next story, please. Why? You don't like the fats?
Fat?
Oh, Jim, you want this drop.
What a piece of junk.
I saw you begging for this the other
What a
day.
piece of junk.
There you go, Jim.
What a piece of junk.
I want to make sure you
What
get
a
enough.
piece of junk.
There you go. I saw you begging for that the other day. I missed it late. I would have played it more if I would have saw it. This is the fat segment. I'm out. Time for the grilled Polish dogs. You know what, Darren? You're gonna get fat if you eat Polish dogs. I eat cat, mate. Meow. Kitty, what's up, kitty? Where's the cat at? Oh God, Ryan's here. You just talk over the co-host, probably. Hey, I didn't know it was take the day off from doing your show today. Otherwise, I would have not done a show. Apparently, it's don't do your show day. I didn't know that. I looked at the calendar and I didn't see don't do your show today. Because I went looking for this show called The King's Court. I'm like, where is it? It's supposed to start at 3. I want to hear about the lottery and the Kings getting the 7th position. He must be running late. I'll wait a couple minutes. Nothing.
Good about yourself, Ryan. Feel good about yourself, Ryan.
It's like, oh, we don't have to do a show on Monday? Damn. All right. Well, I'm going to do what Ryan did. Bye. Oh, I can't. Only he can. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear.
Well, I'm here with one of my favorite bears. It's Mr. Chocolate. Hey, Mr. Chocolate.
Mr. Chocolate! Happy. Mr. Chocolate. Mr. Chocolate got some fat.
Fat?
Here you go. Got the kiddo the next 3 afternoons. Are you kidding me? Kidding, see? Yep. The kid comes first. Let's see. New York Post. Here you go, Ryan. I've already said the title, so you don't have to go, oh, there's a drop. Bacon. I've already mentioned that at the top of the show when I read this headline. So it's been noted. Just like the horse farting. You're not going to be the first to go, oh! New York Post. I survived 2 botched boob jobs. Here's why I have no regrets. I wonder if they were botched because they used some necrophilia fat.
Fat?
Some dead people's fat.
Fat?
I don't know. That would tie the 2 stories together, but I don't read them, so I don't know if that's the case. After 2 breast augmentations left her uncomfortable, disappointed, and scrambling for answers, a Californian woman says she finally got the results she's been chasing. And now she's warning other women not to rush into surgery without doing serious homework. Quote, looking back, I would have, this is the medical hour, Eric. 2 medical stories. Warning all you guys, if you get boob jobs, watch out. Quote, looking back, I would have scheduled multiple consultations with different surgeons and given myself 6 months to a year before making any decision. Cheyenne Caspary. Cheyenne Caspary? Sounds like a porn star name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's offensive. I'm sorry if I've offended anybody.
He's full of shit.
Cheyenne Caspary? Sounds like a porn star. Just saying. Just saying. By the way, Jim has 3 cats. He can lend one, roam one. I have 2 cats. I have 2 cats. No moves here. The white gravy comes first. Haunted horse. That kitten is not afraid. That cat is badass. Yeah, rip Cody the Ragdoll legend. All right, back to the botched boob jobs. My new confetti cannon. Thanks, Burnt Peanut. Wait. Cheyenne Caspery, 35, told People, I was young during my first surgery and not confident enough to trust my gut over what a surgeon was telling me. There's a video. Do we want to watch the video of Cheyenne Caspery? Let's see. It better not be a freaking ad on the front of it. Here, let me check. Oh, it's on Instagram. Oh, is it just a picture? Wait, what? It was a picture. Hold up. I'm not ready. Whoop, wrong button. There we go. Do I have volume? I can't have music! 3 surgeries, 3 lessons, 1 dream result. Why does it keep cutting back and forth? Oh, is that it? It's just her working out in a still picture? Which one's the botched one? Which one's the botched one? That's botched. They look like water balloons. That looks fine. Looks like one botched to me. I don't know. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Caspery said she went into her first procedure flat-chested, eager and uninformed. Quote, at 20, my frontal lobe wasn't fully developed. I don't know what that means. What's a frontal lobe? I don't know what that is. Is that the boob? At 20, my frontal lobe wasn't fully developed. I've never had a woman go, hey, you want to see my frontal lobes? Never heard of that. At 20, my frontal lobe wasn't fully developed, she wrote in a recent Instagram post, adding a laughing emoji. And I was just so excited to finally afford something I had wanted since I was a little girl. Oh, boobs? She now admits she'd been hasty going into her first operation without the kind of research she now says is essential. That surgery later led to capsular contracture, a painful complication that can cause scar tissue to tighten around the implant. Quote, I didn't ask a single question, the Morgan Hill, California resident admitted. I think Morgan Hill's in the Bay Area. I think. I could be wrong. Quote, I asked for a full C and measured a 34 triple D after surgery. So she wanted a C and got a 34 triple D? Oh, this is the bad one. That's the one I picked. That is bad. That looks really bad. So she got a triple D. Isn't that a wrestler? Isn't there a wrestler, Triple D? Triple H, Triple D, same thing. Nobody discussed over under the muscle long-term complications or anything beyond the day of. An injury prompted her second surgery where Caspery said she was talked into a lift and larger implants. She already went one letter bigger than she wanted, but quickly felt something was off. According to her account, the implants bottomed out, meaning the implants had over time descended too low on her chest. Yikes. My second surgery came after an injury again. No real conversation about placement, complications, or long-term outcomes. I didn't advocate for myself the way I should have, she told her followers on social media, where she typically shares wellness advice. That's when she says she got serious. After diving deep into research, consulting multiple surgeons, and learning about the difference between over the muscle and under the muscle, Caspary decided to try again. 6 years after the second surgery, she underwent a revision with Miami plastic surgeon Dr. Leonard Hochstein. Dean. And says this time everything changed. Everything changed. Third time's the charm, just like my marriages. Quote, in my consultation, I kept pointing to one of Dr. Hochstein's patients, saying, I love how close they sit. How, even though they were small, she still had full cleavage, she wrote on Instagram. That's when the doctor explained the concept of upper pole fullness. I don't even want to read your comments there. I didn't play that. The AI British chick played that. She's trying to get me in trouble. That's when the doctor explained the concept of upper pole fullness. Jay, I don't want to hear about your upper pole. Upper pole fullness, which refers to the volume and rounded contour of the breast tissue, giving them a more youthful appearance. Quote, I had never heard those words in 15 years and 3 surgeries. She continued, I went smaller than I ever had. I mean, if she would have just not done anything, she would have been there to begin with. I went smaller than I ever had and finally got the cleavage I always wanted. Now Caspary says she's finally pain-free and happy with the look of her breasts. Only took her until she's 35 to get the one she wanted, and wants others to slow down, trust their instincts, and remember that bigger isn't always better. Quote, I view everything as a lesson, she said. Quote, each surgery freed me from something. Each one made me stronger. None of them were mistakes. They were steps. Hence the title, I had 2 bad boob jobs, but don't regret anything, because she considers it all a life learning lesson. There you go. There you go. Where's the other bad one, though? I'm trying to figure that one out. So this is the one she likes, so these were the bad ones. That one's obviously bad. So that's bad. She says they hung too low, so obviously the suit's on holding them up. Anyway, there you go. There you go. Trust your instincts, she says. The surgeon's name was Hawk Tua. Hawk Tua on that thing. What is a... I'm not reading that, Jay. Jay, I'm not reading that. Jay!
Are you fucking with me?
No moobs here. I do not have moobs. Not to toot my own horn. I couldn't hit the button. That's what she said. Not to toot my own horn. I started my diet on Monday. I am down 3 pounds. Down 3 pounds, people. 3 pounds of
Fat.
I lost 3 pounds of
Fat.
Who knew I could have sold it to that fat farm?
Fat.
And they could have injected it into people.
Fat. Fat.
Speaking of dumb names, John spelled Dijon. John spelled Dijon? Huh? Huh?
What you talking about, Willis?
Are you filling in for Burn Dog today, Dino?
What you talking about,
I don't know
Willis?
what that means. Whenever someone says not to toot my own horn, they're about to toot their own horn. You damn right. You're damn right. Damn right.
Few thoughts there, horse.
Damn right.
Does that answer your question, haunted horse?
It does. Whenever someone says not to toot my own horn, they're about to toot their own horn, Jim.
Holy crap.
Geez, I got 6 minutes. That's that weird zone. I don't really have time to get into. You know what? I can do this story because I didn't want to really talk about it much anyway. I just wanted to bring it up. Let you know. I lose 3 pounds every morning when I take a shit. Good job, Jay. Yeah, and your toilet gains 3 pounds and then overflows all over the floor. New York Post, crook with smart glasses. The glasses where you put them on and you record people and they look like sunglasses, but they're recording you. Crook with smart glasses extorts victim. Oh, that's why he's a crook, because he's extorting people. So that is against the law. Crook with smart glasses extorts victim after filming without her consent, and there's nothing she can do about it. This is in Britain, apparently. A British woman is sounding the alarm. On the dangers of wearable cameras after she was allegedly filmed without her consent by a man with smart glasses who later refused to hand over the footage without payment. The woman using the alias Alice told BBC that she felt humiliated. She was humiliated by the video. When she contacted the man to request that he take it down the post, he explained he would do so only as a paid service. The man initially approached Alice as she was walking into a London shopping center. These are what smart glasses look like. There's the camera right there. Right in my face. Right in my face. The man is among a growing number of aspiring influencers who are using smart glasses to turn real-life encounters into content, prowling nighttime strips, shopping centers, and city streets to film their unsolicited approaches to women. Quote, I just thought, okay, this guy's just trying to talk to me, to chat me up, she recalled, noting that she hoped the man would leave her alone. But he continued to follow her, asking for her Instagram information. She maintains she had no idea she was being filmed and did not consent to being recorded. Quote, he had no phone. He did not have a camera directly in my face. Her quote, right in my face. That was her quote, not mine. He had no phone. He did not have a camera directly in my face, she said. Later, a friend sent her the video of her that the man had posted on social media. My initial reaction was complete shock, she said. To date, the video has been viewed roughly 40,000 times. Oh, and get this, lady. Now that you're putting the story out on the New York Post, it's going to be 40 million times. So if you're embarrassed now, you just gave it more energy. The man is among a growing number of aspiring influencers who are using smart glasses to turn real life. Didn't you post that above? Real life content. Encounters into content. The videos follow a similar script, a compliment, a pickup line, a push for a name or number, with the footage later blasted across the social media for views, often without the subject ever realizing she was on camera. Alice immediately contacted the account responsible for the post, requesting that it be removed. The man responded by email, yes, you've already told us he wanted money to take it down. It made me feel exploited and powerless. All right. They're just repeating the same stuff over and over and over and over and over. Here's the thing. What he did was not against the law. If you are in public, you can be filmed and you can be put on the internet. No, that's exactly, Armin. No. You do not have to consent if you are in public. Even if it's a hidden camera, even if you don't know they're filming, that is the law. If you are in public, which is why you can get red light ticket cameras, speeding cameras, you can be seen from, there's cameras everywhere. So this is what I've told my family, my wife, my friends. If you're in public, just assume you're being filmed. So if you're in an area where there's no people and you want to dig a booger, you're probably being filmed by something. So don't dig your booger in public. Go hide in your car, tip down under your dashboard, and do your digging there. Also, when you're in your car and there's no cars around you, but you're following a car, most of them have their backup cameras, and a lot of those are being turned on now and used and filmed. So don't be digging a booger on the freeway. Oh, my God. Yes. Cameras everywhere. You know what? There's a camera in my fucking office. Right here. It's filming me. Live.
Well, do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
So, yes. Now, here's the thing. I also assume that I've been filmed in the bathroom because that's the latest thing is they're finding hidden cameras. They found them on cruise ships. They found them in public restrooms, Starbucks restrooms, just in my area. Usually they're in the women's restroom, obviously. But I just assume there's cameras everywhere. People are going to catch you. Also, Airbnbs, they've caught them having cameras in the bedrooms, in the bathrooms. Your privacy is non-existent, and it's only going to get worse. The cameras are getting smaller. They're getting more high definition. You're going to be caught in a compromising position. And it's probably going to be uploaded to the internet. I did not give consent for my license plate image to be used. Red light camera. Yep. You are in public. They can do it. I don't know about African laws. I'm just talking about U.S. laws. If you are in public and you are filmed, people can do whatever. And honestly, as a selfish person, I'm going out and creating content, and I'm going to start uploading it as well. I don't really have fucking time if someone walks in front of a tree I'm filming to run up to them and go, will you sign this consent release form? Fuck that. It would be a pain in the ass to get consent. Now, what this guy's doing is creepy. He's walking up to women and talking to them, and they don't know they're being filmed. Understand that those sunglasses, that's going to get more common as well. Just look for if someone's talking to you and you're like, this is weird, just look at the glasses. The lenses are very visible. They are not hard to spot. They're about the size of a pea. Little lenses, and you're being filmed. The old glasses, they used to have a light on them, and then people didn't want that for obvious reasons. Or you could put a piece of tape over it. That's the show. We're back tomorrow. Tomorrow's show's totally different. It's called The Water Hole. And I read weird news stories, and I have like video drops.
Fat is garbage.
And I talk about weird news. But it's The Water Hole, and I have like a Lake Tahoe behind me. Totally different show. And then the co-hosts start Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Darren, Dino, and Gail. I was looking for another D name, but it's a G. Also, Portland people. Dino's going to be here on the 5th. I always want to say the 6th. Friday, we're all getting together at a lunch spot. If you're like, where's that? Just DM him or DM me. Or watch our Twitter feeds. I'm sure it'll be posted. That show, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that show Friday. Headstrom Bacon has offered to do the show and then us zoom in. I'm still figuring out what I want to do. But that Friday show will have, content from the day. So there you go. Back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific. And let me check one last look at the chatty chats. Chats. Let's see. Do you have to consent? Okay, I saw that already. I didn't need to see Jay's 3-pound shit post again, but I did. I scrolled back too far. They find a reason to give you a ticket in Africa. I got a ticket for my tire being too low. Oh, damn. That's bull bleep. I got a ticket for rolling coal at a CHP. What's rolling coal? What the hell is that? What's rolling coal? I don't give a crap is awesome. I don't give a crap, and it's a complete crap.
It's a complete crap.
Black diesel smoke. Ah! Is that what they call it? Dude, if you're in Oregon, they don't do shit about the black diesel smoke. Diesel exhaust. I did not know that was called rolling coal. All right, everyone, back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific. Have a great evening. The I Don't Give a Crap Monday show is officially over. Thanks for joining us.